Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode number 54 of the PTFooty podcast. I am your host, Peter, and I am joined by Sam.
Everyone's favorite member, Sam. Actually, I think you left that bit out, but
No,
I'll let
when
I'll
did
let it
we,
slide.
when did we say that you were everyone's favorite member? When did that become a thing?
We took a vote.
I don't remember that.
I was the only one to vote, so
Oh, okay, fair
I
enough.
won.
Makes it fair. Even though I'm everybody's favorite member, we should know that already. I think Zach actually has that honor, but whatever. He's not here,
Yeah,
so screw
definitely.
that. It's like screw you, Zach. You're not here, so yeah. So yeah, it's just me and Sam on this one. I mean, well, it's gonna be a chill, normal one, I guess. Even more chill than others. We're gonna talk about everything, which is interesting because I think we're gonna have time to roll around some transfer news and still get the Portugal talk and the Chile game. So I think we're gonna have time to do everything. But all right, let's first get into the Portugal game against Russia. Obviously, that's where we left off. Portugal beat Russia 1-0 thanks to Ronaldo. Patricio was in goal, Cedric, Pepe, Bruno Alves, and Rafael Guerreiro across the back. William, Adrian, and Andre Gomes in the midfield, so a little bit better from what we had seen. Bernardo Silva, Andre Silva, and Ronaldo. Sam, I know you watched this game, so what did you think?
It was quite boring, to be honest. I did fall asleep as soon as the first half ended for about 20 minutes. I got woken up by my dog barking, but the first half, I thought, other than the goal, was like really boring. I'm not sure if you think the same thing, but I
I'm
feel
yawning just thinking about it.
I thought I, I couldn't really say there was one standout player in that game in the first half, anyway. Actually, and the second half as well. I thought Andre Gomez played bad as per usual. Uh, William Carvalho again, he didn't do much.
Yeah, sorry.
I guess man, who's Ronaldo got man of the match because he scored. So
Because he always gets man of the match. That's the thing. That's like Messi 2 years ago in the World Cup, where he just got like every single man of the match.
his goal was decent though, so I'll give him that.
Yeah, it was just a bad game. It was more of the Portugal that we know. Nothing at all happened in that game. The worst thing was Guerreiro's injury, but to be fair, I don't think it was just going to compromise the team defensively.
Yeah,
Um,
he's not a good. He's an all right defender, but we all know he's much better on the attacking side of things than the defending side of things. Anyway,
yeah, but I believe Guerreiro had a kind of poor start defensively to this Confederations Cup, so maybe
yeah,
that. I
yeah, I
think he
agree.
also might be a little bit too tired, and I think he was LCC like he didn't play a lot at the tail end part of the season with Fika. Maybe he can help out the team a little bit. And I actually really like his experience. Like I know you didn't watch the game against New Zealand, but he got so many fouls just being Eliseo basically, which is really important at times. So, um, but back to this Russia game. I mean, there's a point though where Russia was really pressing on, and I was like, "What the hell is going on? Are we gonna lose this game?"
Yeah, the second half, especially the last couple, say last 20 minutes, they had loads of chances. That one header as well that just went over the bar. And literally, as soon as I saw it connect with his head, I thought that was in.
Yeah, it's crazy because watching that game, I just felt like I was so mad at Fernando Santos. Like you can go back and look at the tweets, and I'm tweeting, and I'm
No,
like,
you don't like the man.
get the new, get PG, get somebody for the midfield because the midfield wasn't working at all. Like 60 minutes in, like the sectors were nowhere near connected. We needed another midfielder, and he brings somebody on 80 minutes in. I mean, come on, Fernando. We could have tied that game up, and it would have been his fault. Alongside the players that couldn't capitalize on their chances, but especially the fact that we missed a key man in the midfield at one point. And to be fair, I liked Adrian's game. but I'm really, I mean, you know how I am with William, but I'm not like scared to praise him when he does well. But he just he felt like he was invisible in that game, and uh, not in a positive way. In a way where he's not contributing with any passing, and he's also not recovering the ball. So I thought
I
he had
feel
a poor
like
game.
he also coming off the back of like quite a grueling season for him. I think that also like contributes, not to give any excuse, but he was one of the players that played the most for us in the league. So you could see why he doesn't. Well, obviously we all know he's slow, but he doesn't have that energy that sort of makes up for the his pace at sometimes. But I still think that our strongest midfield is William, Danilo, and then someone else, maybe Pizzi or Adrian.
I don't think William and Danilo are ever gonna play together because that experiment didn't really work. Um, but
Even if it's,
yeah,
I don't know, it's a bit too defensive, obviously, but that's I just like to see them play together. Just especially we play Chile, and we all know Chile is quite attacking side. They've got a number of good attacking players, so I think it's better for us to go a bit more defensive in this next game. So maybe
no, I would have
we
just
might see it.
preferred. I would have just preferred seeing Danilo as a center back because we
Yeah,
don't have Pep. So I would like to see
Font.
that. And
I think we
honest,
all know Font is losing it as well. He's starting to drop
yeah,
off.
did not have a good game. And the thing is that honestly, I think our best midfield is either Danilo or William. I'm not going to defend any at this point because I know I'm not going to know Portistas, but I didn't really notice him again like William in this game against New Zealand. So I'm not going to give the edge to anybody, but if I was just giving it on what happened during the season, I'd say Vanille, Adrian, and Pizzi. I think that's the best midfield we can get. Um,
So I was just about
yeah.
to say, you said about the centre backs. How scary is it that our youngest centre back in this team and like the one who has a more like I don't know, say maybe even like second best centre back because Font has lost it. I think Bruno Alves hasn't had it in quite a
But
few years.
Bruno
Although
obviously play well.
he did play well in that game. In fairness to him, but I still don't trust him to have. I wouldn't trust Pepe and Bruno Alves at the back just because they're they're what is it? Their defensive skill. They're both aggressive. I think that's what I'm trying to get at. Like
Yeah.
we all remember the game in England where Bruno Alves tried to kill Harry Kane.
Oh my god! Don't even remind me of that. Oh, that was so stupid. And but I am partially blaming that on JJ for not playing Paulo Oliveira as much as he should have because I think he would be a shoe in to be in this squad. To be honest with you,
Yeah,
because I really
but
like him. So I mean,
with that as well, it is a scary thought
yeah.
thinking of our centre backs for the future. So at the moment, let's say Ruben, it's pretty much sporting centre backs at the moment. Ruben Semedo and well, obviously not anymore, but Ruben
Edgar,
Semedo and
yeah,
Paulo Oliveira. Got
Edgar,
yeah,
yeah.
Edgar as well. Luis Neto as well is already, but he's is he like 28 or something
He's
like that?
27. He's like 27 though, so still got it. He's a center back.
You can't really if we've got like Domingos Duarte, I think his name is as well,
Yeah,
up and coming centre back, but there's not
and you
many.
got Ruben Diaz from Benfica. Uh,
But you never know. Someone might come out of the blue like Renato Sanchez did and automatically just turn into a great player. So
yeah,
because I'm not sure if Ruben Semedo was highly like regarded as a player who would be like really good in the future for Benfica, but I think
who Renato?
yeah, he
Yeah,
like
he
flew under
was.
the radar. No, it was
Every Benfica fan. I remember this perfectly. Every Benfica fan was like, the moment that Renato plays for the first team, he's never going back. And
no,
yeah, that
okay,
happened. But I mean, it was like one of those things where he's like, fans expect it, but at the same time, they also have, the player also has to make it, make it come through. Good, because
especially at that age as well. When you think about
yeah,
it, he's so young that, and he already is he made his he made that his centre mid his own spot in Benfica's team. I feel like there is someone who could do that with the national team and the centre back, and
That'll be great.
it's probably going to be Paulo Oliveira when you think about it. But
Yeah.
he's probably our best choice.
Yeah, need one more though, or two more.
Maybe if Ruben Semedo works on his aggression and his matures at Villarreal, who knows?
Yeah. The other thing that I want to say though, is I think that we miss Renato though. Like we miss that Renato, not the Renato that we've seen in Bayern Munich and that we saw in the under 21s that looks nothing like him. But the Benfica Renato, because I think that this team is lacking aggression in the midfield, and that's why we saw Adrian play in that game as well. But as soon as he came off, like let's face it, Andre Gomes is not aggressive. Moting is not aggressive. Pizzi is not aggressive. I mean, Pizzi is kind of aggressive, but he's not.
No, he's not. You wouldn't say he's
It's
aggressive.
not
How
Adrian.
long did
Yeah,
he go without a yellow card? And you're
yeah,
going to tell me he's
exactly.
aggressive? He's not.
Yeah. So we could have used somebody like Renato.
I guess.
I feel sad for him, but we'll move on.
You've got to see why Fernando Santos didn't pick him.
No, no, I totally
I think
get it.
rightly so as well.
No, yeah, I totally get it. I'm just saying that I think people are letting that go without paying too much attention to it, and it's actually key, in my opinion, that we're missing somebody like him, and I think that he was a big part of why we could win the Euros. But yeah, we'll get on to Renato talk if we can in a moment. But we're gonna move on to the New Zealand game because we're basically mixing it up now. So at this point, let's move on. Portugal get lucky for not tying the game against Russia, and Fernando Santos needs to change the squad up faster. That would be the two takeaways. Now Portugal I went to Portugal versus New Zealand. Portugal won 4-0 with Ronaldo scoring from the penalty spot, Bernardo Silva, André Silva, and Nani also scoring. Patricio in goal, Nelson Semedo, Pepe, Bruno Alves, and Eliseu across the back. So nice to see two Benfica players there. Danilo, Moutinho, Bernardo, Quaresma, André Silva, and Ronaldo. So you've seen the highlights, and what did you think from what you could see from the highlights, Sam?
I'm going to say what I had from the highlights and what I had from the general discussion on Twitter as well, because I was at work and literally as soon as I got off work, I just went through my timeline, seeing what people were saying. So apparently we didn't play very well. The scoreline didn't reflect how we played, but from the highlights, it looked fine. I saw a lot of people saying that Fernando Santos played like a really bad tactical game and that we were lucky to come out with the 4 goals. But I've said it many times, doesn't matter how you win, just as you win, and especially a 4-0 victory.
I know, but it gets to a point though. Like I understand the criticism because you need to. I know that a win is a win, but when you're playing these teams, you also want to show dominance. Like this game looked like Mexico, and New Zealand aren't Mexico, not even close. And Portugal couldn't string 3 passes together. I also don't understand the inclusion of Moutinho instead of Pizzi, for example. I
think Moutinho should have been dropped ages ago. I'm not gonna lie. I thought he should have been dropped. I didn't rate him at the Euros. All he did was, I remember he got on man of the match performance, I think maybe in the first or second game of the group stage, and because it was his
and he also
90% pass accuracy, because all of them were backwards.
Yeah, and he's played to weather, basically. That's all you remember. But I also don't understand the obsession with Andre Gomes, even though he didn't play in this game. But listen, if Fernando Santos wants to play 4-4-2, play a midfielder that's a winger, aka you play Pizzi. Like Andre Gomes is a defensive / central midfielder. He's not even close to being a winger, and you put him on the left, it's just so annoying. Because if he didn't have any options, I'd say, oh, okay, he doesn't have any options. But if he wants to play a midfielder as a winger, then you play the guy that knows how to actually play as a winger and a midfielder. So it's like if you had João Mario, you would play João Mario. If you don't have João Mario, you play PC. Like it's not difficult. Um, but what else? What else? Semedo had an okay game. Didn't really impress me too much. I don't know what's his mental block in the national team, but he looks like he has one. And he was still had an okay game. Quaresma played actually well, which I was surprised. And Andre Silva needs to learn how to be clinical. Like I don't understand how he goes from missing a sitter to scoring that goal. I'm just like, bro. So it's kind of weird.
His goals to game ratio though for Portugal is
Yeah, no,
good.
it's very good. I just
He's
think that
already
he's
outscored Eder, who has played I think like maybe 30 times.
yeah, but it's just because I have such high expectations for him. That's why I'm so harsh on him. Um, but yeah, I mean, this game was. I mean, it ended up with Portugal stints, like good stints where we played well. But for it wasn't good at all. And I think mostly to it is because we need to have that stable midfield. And at this point, I would go with Adrian and PZ and just play 4-3-3. Or if he doesn't want to play 4-3-3, you play Bernardo, PZ on the other wing, and Danilo or William alongside Adrian Silva. Just the way to go. It's not, it's not difficult. Um, but yeah, uh, I mean, is there anything else you'd like to talk about from Fernando Santos and his decisions?
I will stick by him until we lose like massive, not massively, but if we just get outclassed, which although we have been sometimes, but we still win. And like I said, I've said it already.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. So who
Yeah.
I would ask everyone the question who is listening: would you rather play beautiful football and lose, or play awful football and win? And it's an easy question to answer.
Of course. Yeah. Um. I mean, yeah, but I'm still like, I just don't want his Euro win to account for everything. And I understand that we can play, bad football and win, but that will only get you so far. And what I'm scared is that we play, for example, like in the World Cup, you have to play good football, even if it's at stretches when you're playing against Germany or I'm gonna say France, for example, or Brazil, or big nations, you can't just defend. You're also going to have to show like, hey, we're good, we're here, like we know what we're doing, we're going to attack you, and we're going to try and score. You know,
But if we win the Confederations Cup, that's two trophies Fernando Santos has under his belt, and no matter how he plays, two trophies
Mhm.
that is massive for Portugal.
No, yeah, but I'm just scared that because the World Cup is a completely different monster. It's not as if you can
I'm,
defend
I'm telling
every.
you, if he wins that Confederations Cup, he's not getting sacked for a
Of
long
course
time.
not. And it's not like I want him to. I just want him to understand that that playing well will be needed at eventual parts of a game. Like you can't just sit back and defend. That's all I want him to know, and I also want him to understand that stop playing old players.
Yeah, I was about to say, so you have Bernardo Silva, who probably had the best season of his career, one of the best players in the whole of Europe this season.
Probably the second best Portuguese player.
Yeah, definitely. And he's sat on the bench. What is the and Nani, who has been injured the majority of this season. Although he did have a fantastic Euros, why play him if he's been injured all season?
Hmm.
There is no point in having a rule for Renato Sanchez because he didn't play this season, not picking him, then picking Nani, who also didn't play a lot this season. It just doesn't make
Moutinho,
sense to me.
I mean, you look at Moutinho and you look at André Gomes. Both of them very similar years. Both started a couple of games, but mostly came off the bench. They weren't super important to their team, even though André Gomes did have that pass to Messi, that pass that led to the
Yeah, yeah.
Messi goal, but whatever. Both of them very important, and you're putting them, on the starting 11 when you're leaving out Adrian Silva, that despite having a lot of injuries, still had a great year, and PZ. PZ was probably one of the best, if not the best, Portuguese midfielder. I mean, this season. I mean, probably alongside Danilo. I mean,
Yeah,
there's not a lot of debate there. So just like I understand, for example, playing Quaresma because Quaresma is like I hate Quaresma in the sense where it's just like you never know what you're gonna get from him.
he's very inconsistent. I prefer when he comes off. I think he's an
I,
excellent bench player,
I
like a
also
six
believe
man
that.
from the
Yes,
NBA. He comes on, he just changes the game, and I think
I
we
also
saw that at the Euros last year.
yeah, and I 100% agree with you. That's why my preferred 11 would be something with PC and Bernardo on the wings because then you could always have Quaresma come in and having PC on the pitch even gives you that versatility. For example, let's say that you're losing 1-0 or 2-1 or whatever, and you need to score, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna sub off Adrian or the other defensive midfielder. I move Pizzi out into the middle and bring on Quaresma. Like you're messing with two positions in one sub.
As well
And
as
no,
that, Quaresma could literally play anywhere on that attacking. He could play strike if he wanted to. If he came on left wing or right wing, he could literally play anywhere. So with Quaresma, he's much better suited to coming off the bench than starting the whole game. Especially his stamina is what lets him down massively.
yeah,
I'm not sure you
no, I
agree, but
agree because playing against New Zealand, he was good, but 60 minutes in, he was making some dumbass decisions. And I don't know, like if you remember actually against Russia as well, where you're like, oh, Andre Gomes, he made that useless foul, right? You remember that? He
yeah,
passed it off to Quaresma, who should have passed it to somebody else, but he just shot it like he just saw the ball and shot. Like it looks like after the 60 minutes, he just kind of just becomes more selfish and doesn't think the game as well as he should have. Uh,
yeah. We see that a lot with Quaresma though. I know I've brought the game up already, but the England game where they played Portugal at Wembley, I was watching it live, and every time Quaresma got the ball, like in the past, let's say like the 50th minute, all he did was either shoot or like try to do some fancy skill dribble and then lose the ball. And then
yeah, yeah,
with
because
with
basically asking to be subbed off, which
yeah, with Bernardo Silva, he does have that selfishness to an extent, but he's much more mature than Quaresma is team wise. So I
mhm.
think that's why Bernardo should start.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I mean, we'll see how things go, but I would not be, unhappy with Quaresma being a role player through even through the World Cup. Like, if you told me that Quaresma would come on every single game to play like 20 to 25 minutes, I'd be like, yeah, that's good. Like, only if he's like had a terrible season would I not be okay with it. But I think he's a great role player. Uh, and we need to transition some of these guys, and especially when you have so much depth in the wings and the midfield, just bring up the younger guys.
I,
It's not a very difficult
I have a
decision.
question to ask you, actually.
Sure, sure.
So, I'm not. Did you watch the under 21? What was it Euros or World Cup? I don't know. Euros, I think it was.
Well, yeah, I watched it a little. I
So
watched it a little.
there was people saying even when Fernando Santos first picked the team that Bruma should have been picked ahead of Nani or Quaresma. And with his performance in the under 21 Euros, he was arguably our best player. He was good.
Hmm.
Should he have been picked instead of Nani or Quaresma?
Over Nani, probably, but
He also had one of the best seasons in Turkey as well, I believe.
yeah, I don't know. Like, I think so. Uh, it's difficult. I mean, probably. Yes over Nani though. Only yes over Nani. Not yes over Quaresma because I don't know. It's difficult to say yes over Quaresma because of because Bruma, let's face it, Bruma is kind of a question mark as well. Like you don't know what he's gonna do, and you'd rather have somebody that you can trust on than Bruma. I mean, I think at least from that perspective. But I know he was very good, but I would only replace him for Nani though.
Okay.
That was a long guess answer, but you got it. um, yeah, but I mean, watching those under 21s though, I'm kind of scared because the positions of need are still, the same. Like we don't have a striker. Our our center backs are okay, and our midfield was also okay. But
We
I
have
mean,
a few decent strikers come in through youth systems, though. I think, but we can do with Andre Silva for now. He's not like
Yeah,
he's awful.
yeah, but I cannot have Podence play as a striker. I
I wasn't
can't.
even thinking Valence, to be honest.
I
But
know, but I know that he played as a striker
I was thinking
at
more
one point.
of, I know Zach's favorite Porto player is Rui Pedro, so thinking
You
of
got Rui
him.
Pedro, you got Zé
You've
Gomes
got
also. That's
Pedro Marquez from a Sporting's Academy.
Marques, bro. Maybe try and pronounce that a
Whatever,
little bit.
same thing.
um, yeah, but I mean, it's still kind of scary because we can go like a whole generation. At least we're gonna skip like this because Andre Silva and Paciencia are basically the same age. Yet the class is like the difference in class is so much.
In all fairness, we haven't had a good striker in quite a long time. When
Since
you think
Paulette and Nuno
about,
Gomes.
I wouldn't even consider Nuno Gomez as a good striker for Portugal, really. He was
He
good
was good in the
domestically.
Euro. He was good in the Euros. He was good in the
Okay,
Euros.
so there's Nuno Gomez and the Pauleta. So who
Yeah.
else came after that? So there was Lietzen
Quaresma, if you could count.
for a few years. Postia, Almeida.
Bro, both, both not good. Both not good at all.
Oh, they used to give me headaches when they played. They were so bad.
Don't even get me started. Although, if Almeida wasn't subbed off against Spain, we would have won that game. Still mad against Queiroz. He was turning it up. God damn it.
I remember he scored a hat
Damn
trick
it.
against, was it Republic of Ireland? On his
It
best
was it
game.
was actually an okay player at his prime, I think, but he kind of extended his stay a little bit too much.
He
You know,
was he's a good target man, but he wasn't clinical enough. I don't think.
But it's not like he was terrible though. I think he had like, if you used him well, he would be good.
He still plays though. I don't know where.
Yeah,
I
it
think he
does.
plays in Germany, but
I'm gonna check.
actually he probably moved to like Dubai or something.
He plays in IEK Athens. Athens.
Greece.
Yeah,
Oh, not bad.
but he had a lot of stints. Like he had a lot of clubs. He's like
A
whatchamacallit. It's like
journeyman.
yeah, like a Ibrahimovic. Like just look.
Well, not Ibrahimovic, but
So Porto B, União de Leiria, Porto, União de Leiria, Boa Vista, Werder Bremen again, Besiktas, Cesena, Kuban Krasnodar, Anzi, Hanover, and AAK Athens. So that's a lot of clubs. It wasn't too bad, but he overextended his stay for quite a
I
while.
guess.
But though 57 games isn't exactly terrible, given that he only played certain games in his prime.
Yeah, I guess. Probably came off the bench a lot of them as well. So
Yeah. But is that it that we got going on?
for Portugal, pretty much.
Again, except for the Chile game, and we got to talk about the Chile game. So, what are your expectations for that game?
I think it'll be a really, really close game. Maybe does it go straight to penalties or extra time? Do you know?
No idea.
I think it will go either extra time or penalty. Like if we don't have Eder to score the extra time winner though, which is annoying.
I think Portugal wins inside 90 minutes. Kind of like Wales. How people were like, oh, Wales is gonna beat Portugal or whatever. It was that.
And then we won.
Yeah.
With our first game in normal time, we actually won.
Yeah, I think it's
against probably the second best opponent we had all tournament.
Yeah, so I think that we can. I just don't know because I know Chile's supposed to be dangerous. I'm supposed to be scared of them, but at the same time, I'm not. And I don't know. South American teams.
We should be dangerous of them. Sorry, should I say?
Yeah, but South American.
Think about it. Think about the players they have.
Alexis, Vidal, Bravo.
Paredes, Bravo.
I mean, they got Vargas, but it's not like Vargas is a world beater.
Yeah, but then I don't know. They have a team that
they have a solid squad. But it's not like they're a lot better. I don't even think that they're better or even close to Portugal. I mean, they got a good.
But remember, we lost to Switzerland, didn't we, in the
Yeah,
Euro
but that was
the World Cup qualifying?
yeah, but that was a total what you call it? Like we were so over winning the
The
Euros that I
Euros.
think they just kind of slacked.
But do you think the players take the Confederations Cups as serious as like a Euros or a World Cup?
I think they should, but I don't know if some
They
do.
should.
But I know Adrian sent us the right message. You know, I don't know if you saw the quote, but he said, uh, these semifinals are exactly the same as the Euro semifinals. So if they truly feel that way and believe that way, then I don't think we have nothing to worry about. But if there's like some people there that aren't actually there, then it can be worrisome.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not too scared of Chile, and I'm not probably gonna regret saying this, but I don't know. It just feels like one of those games where they're like a tough team physically, but there's not a lot of technical ability there. I mean, I don't know. Like you got Alexis, but who else? I mean, it's not like anybody else is a world
Vidal.
beater. Vidal's in the midfield though, and he's like more of an aggressive type. He can score, I know, but it's not like he's gonna be in the box like every play.
I guess.
I don't know. Let me check. Let me check Chile's last starting 11 so I can see. They played what's it call it? Australia, right?
I don't even
Yes, they
remember.
did. Thanks for that. You clearly helped me.
I couldn't
So
think.
so Bravo, Isla, Diaz, Hara, and Mena are the defense. I mean, I know Isla and Diaz.
Isla is like he must be well old now.
He's like 34. No, he's still way off. He's 29.
What? No way.
Yeah, he's 29.
He's been around for ages.
I know, I know. Diaz is a youngster. Hara is another guy, but he can play center back or fullback. So there's that. And we got Mena, which I don't really recognize as well, but he plays in Recife in Brazil. So and they played Aranjuez, which I think everybody knows Aranjuez. He plays for Bayer Leverkusen.
Oh yeah.
So he's good. He's good. And they got Pablo Hernandez that plays for Vigo. He's also very okay. I mean, he's not amazing, but he's okay. Um, then Gajardo. I don't know him too much, to be honest with you. Plays for Mexico. And I got Arturo Vidal.
Plays for
Um,
Mexico.
he plays in Mexico.
Oh.
You know what I meant. Then Fuenzadilla, who is a midfielder for Ciudad Católica of Chile. So not too threatening. Martin Rodriguez, that plays in Mexico as well. Vargas, which we all know.
I
Uh,
know.
Marcelo Diaz, that plays for Vigo as well. And Alexis Sanchez, that's the starting 11 they got. I mean, on the bench, it's not like they got. I mean, they got. They don't even have. They got Gary Medel, I guess. I like him a lot, but like,
He's a dirty player.
yep, Marcelo Diaz. I already said about him. Yeah, I mean there's not a lot of, you know, there's not a lot of players that trouble me too much. And if they struggled against Australia, if they go up with the same attitude, then we can win the game. And I just feel like Portugal wins 2-0. There we go. That's my prediction.
Okay.
What's your prediction?
It ends up in extra time or penalties, and we win it there.
Okay. All right. And I think that's enough of Portugal talk, really. We'll move on to a little bit of club talks. Now you're gonna help me out because I don't think there's a lot of rumors surrounding Porto players coming into the club. I do not think. So if you see any, let me know. All right.
Okay. All right.
But we're gonna talk about departures. You have a look about who people linked with Porto.
Okay.
So the Poitras left the club. So that was a thing.
for
Um,
a club record signing for Huddersfield.
3 million. he
Wow.
cost he cost he cost Port 7 million, and they sold it for three. World class deal, Port. World class deal. Um, as I saw earlier, Kayembe, when we were talking off air, joined what you call it, Nantes.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, not much about this. And Martin Zindi apparently does not want to play for Porto, and he'll let his contract to run out no matter what if he's forced to stay in the team with the team. So, how do you react to that?
Who was that? Sorry.
Indy said that no matter what, if I'm not gonna play for Porto.
I don't really rate him that much anyway, to be honest.
You're crazy. You are crazy for not rating him too much.
Like I say with sporting players, if they don't want to play for the club, why keep them?
Exactly, that makes sense. But yeah, and the only player that they linked with is this guy that you just sent me.
Yeah.
Uh, what's his Fairland Mendy, PSG player. Um, I mean, I don't, I don't, I don't know him. So there's that. That guy's linked with Porto. I don't know. There's not really much going in the Porto department, which is kind of scary for Porto fans because they don't really have the greatest of squads. So, I mean, the other rumors are that Abubakar is going to stay, and that Sergio Oliveira is going to be given minutes apparently. But that's basically it.
Has Raul Morales retired? I just come across his Twitter account. I just want to
Why
know.
did you think about the craziest things
I
on the
was looking through
pod?
Porto transfers and it was like, on this day. Blah, 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 blah.
Uh, yeah, looks like it. Mm,
I love this
the
crazy hair.
last club was Fenerbahce. I
No.
had I had that
Anyway,
gun. Anyway, yeah. So let's get to Benfica, and then we'll get to the juicy things of Sporting because that's the juicy stuff. Apparently, Andre Moreira is supposedly in Lisbon for like ages now, and he is because there's pictures, but he hasn't signed. So the Fábio Coentrão of Benfica at the moment. Um, Arango is a striker that was at Millonarios, but Benfica got like a deal with Millonarios where every good player can join Benfica, and apparently they're keen on this guy, so he's going to join the club. I mean, just another striker, I guess. Um, Ailton, a right back, is linked with Benfica from Estoril. I don't know if you know him, Sam, but there's that.
I remember the name. I don't really remember the player.
Yeah, I mean, it would make sense, I guess, because left back, we just saw the left back.
Marcel, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Marcel, thank you. So we sold him. So it would make sense. Um, and another guy called Carlitos, which I'm trying to find out who he is because he's also from Estoril, but he's not the Carlitos that you guys think about. It's not that older guy. It's a younger guy, but I can't find his position. I can't find him anywhere for some reason. So there's that. I don't know him. I can't find it. I tried finding, but I couldn't find it. So there's that. Anyway, moving on. So also Bruno Varela is rumored to like be brought back into the team to be sold or loaned out.
That's dumb.
It is, isn't it? Just why not keep him if you want him, right?
So is Andrew Morea going to be first team goalkeeper for Benfica or
Yeah, yeah, probably.
really?
Mm-hmm.
I would think you'd keep Julio Cesar in goal, just because
Probably.
hasn't Morea like been the third goalkeeper at
Yeah,
Atletico Madrid, so
yeah.
he probably hasn't played whatsoever.
I mean, he played
Think
for. He played on loan though on at Union de Madeira, I think.
I
Let me
still
check.
think Julio Cesar will
I think
be your number
if
one.
it's gonna be the same thing as Ederson. So like you wait until he's injured and then you. Oh, so he was loaned out of Belenenses, but apparently he didn't actually get to play this season, and he was back to Atletico Madrid. Apparently, that looks to be the
Maybe he got
case.
injured or something. I don't know.
And the outs are a little bit more interesting. So Samaris is linked with a move to Newcastle United. Now, what do you think about that, Sammy?
Wasn't it for like 20 something million, wasn't it? Or
Yeah,
just below?
Yeah, like 20 million, something close to that.
Why would you pay that much for him? I don't understand.
I mean,
for you, it's good, obviously, but I don't see why you'd pay that much for Samaris.
Premier League club. I mean, it's not like he's a terrible player. He's not bad. He was very, very good with JJ. He's okay with Rui Vitória. Maybe
if
Benitez.
decent now means you go for £20 million or euros. Football's gone mad.
You gotta think that that Benfica got him for 10 million. So they're not going to let him go for anything under that, and they'd be looking to at least make back the money they spent on him.
I guess, but I still think he shouldn't go for that much, especially he's not a starter.
I get it, but I don't know. The other one's Lisandro, that's apparently also linked to Newcastle.
Talisca as well.
So that would be
like Man United.
Yeah, but I mean, Lisander's more important. If he fucking leaves Benfica, I'll be the happiest guy on earth. So please. I just want to see what if they got anything going on Lisandro here real quick. Newcastle are reportedly plotting a £20 million suit for Lisandro Lopes. Please, God.
Why are Newcastle just throwing their money at Benfica? It's like they've just given Benfica 20 million. Like, just give us any random player.
He has still 4 years left on his contract, hence the hefty fee, but Benitez appears to have seen enough to convince him to snap up the star. And he's not the only Benfica man interesting Newcastle's Chiefs. They are also targeting a move for defensive midfielder Andreas Samaris. Bro, please, just take them both.
What Lisandro Lopez has he seen that is decent? That's what I want to know. He said he's been impressed with his performances.
Look at this. Swansea City should act as Newcastle United target Lisandro Lopes. Okay, thanks.
He might turn out to be good, You never know.
I mean, he's not terrible, but he's not exactly the type of center backs I rate. He's a lot like David Luiz, but since he's not as good as David Luiz, I don't want him. It's not like he's terrible. He doesn't have any sense of positioning. He's a reckless tackler. So he's basically Ruben Smith 2.0 or 1.0 technically since he's older. So I would be very, very happy with the move, especially 20 million would be just ridiculous. But let's get on to the juicy stuff now. Let's talk Sporting because that's more interesting. So what do you want to start with, the ins or the outs?
Let's start off with following at SCP Updates UK. I forgot the name. Start by following them on Twitter for all your sporting transfer related news and or futsal, football, just sports in general, really. Shout out to Steph as well. It's on the podcast a few weeks ago. So yeah, shout out to Steph. We'll start with
Steph, even though he'll keep blocking Benfica's left, right, and center.
It's funny, to be fair. So,
all right. So ins and outs.
Let's start with
outs.
Start with outs. Yeah.
Yes, because it's more interesting. Less interesting, sorry. Spalvis apparently training with Kaiserslautern would be a good move, right? Get the hell out of my club.
No, because did we pay a lot for him? Like maybe like 4 million, not a lot, but 4 million or something.
No, I think you paid like 300,000 or something like that. Let me check.
No.
Let me check.
I'm sure we paid. I was thinking 8 million for some reason, but I don't think it's that much.
Sporting Clube Portugal tags Lucas Palvis. Let me see if I can find it. It's on Sporting's official website. Let's see if they got something on him. I still have something to prove. Nope. Statement. Nope. Let me see. I gotta find it somewhere. Let's try 0-0. Yo, people, do they not have the transfer fees? Like, how do you not? Yeah, somebody help me. Help me, Sam.
Okay.
Either help money. How much it costs? It doesn't say like transfer fee. That's crazy. Oh, there we go. 1.6 million.
Okay. I wonder if he goes out on loan or an actual buy, but I don't know.
I just remembered that I forgot something.
We've got who have we got? We got Castaños, Spalvis, and Dust. I think we need another one of those strikers to stay.
No.
Well, and obviously Dust stay. We need a backup striker. Can't be Castaños because he's shit. And I guess Spalvis is always injured, so I don't know. Get rid of them both. See how much we can get for both.
By the way, I forgot that Luka Jovic was loaned out to Eintracht Frankfurt for 2 years, and they got an option to buy. So there you go. I forgot about that. But yeah, let's try and see how much you can get for him, right?
Yeah.
German clubs always overpay.
I think that's the same team that Everton plays for as well.
Kaiserslautern?
Yeah.
I just love saying that name. Kaiserslautern. Hey, you guys ever gonna sell a TF? That's That's a great way to. We'll talk about that later in the end. Thanks for completely putting me off track, Cynthia. Thank you. Teo Gutierrez has left the club and joined Junior Barranquilla for like 2.5 million, something like that.
Hallelujah. Thank God.
Good money as well. That wasn't bad.
Especially for a 32-year-old, we got was it 4 million?
Yeah.
Mate,
That's not too bad, I think.
That's good. I take that. I never rated him much anyway.
I'm gonna check real quick how much you paid for him and how much he went.
I probably got him on a free.
Teo Guti. I don't know how to write his name, so I'm just gonna put Teo in. Mateo Kovacic, great. Mateo, there's a lot of Mateos.
Why
Okay,
so and then Sporting.
Is it Teo Gutierrez though? I should know. Hold on. Teo Guti. Oh, okay, I got it. Teo Gutierrez. All right. Oh, god damn it. This is very bothersome. Because
don't forget to tune in next week for more Peter research during the podcast, which he hasn't done before.
Hey, it's not like you knew either. You guys signed him for 3.4, sold him for 2.5.
Oh, we may lost. Oh well.
Although, calm down. When you loaned him out to Rosario Central, they paid 500,000. So that
pretty much made it back.
Yeah, so nearly. You lost 400,000.
Oh,
it's not a lot though. It's not a lot. Exactly. Decent deal. Schelotto is rumored to be leaving the club.
I would like him to stay and be a bench player, really. But
I mean, you gotta get a right back first, though.
We've got Pacini.
Forget it. I always forget about that guy.
Who is his wife is a Sporting fan and her whole family as well. So
great.
However true that is, but that's what he's come out and said. So,
but you still need another one though. If you're gonna get rid of Schelotto, you need at least 2 fullbacks. So
that's what I say. Keep him.
Mm-hmm. Marvin is also linked with a move.
He can go. Screw Marvin.
He can't be asked.
We were about to Norwich, or was it Hull, in January for like 5 million euros, but he was
and
like he didn't want to sign for a championship team. I was so disappointed. I thought we'd finally sell him, and then he declines the
he
contract.
didn't even and he didn't even cost it didn't even cost you that much. He cost you like 600,000.
Yeah, I know, but he's still shit.
Mm-hmm. Mateus Pereira,
Yeah,
he said that if he's not gonna get to play, he wants to leave. So how do you feel about that?
fair enough. Send him out on loan, I think, would be the best option.
You're no fun, and you're even there.
What do you want me to say?
I wanted you to say, "Oh no, don't go. You're a good player." I don't know,
He's
stuff like
he's
that.
a good player, but if he doesn't, he does deserve playing time, and if he can't get it, then what's the point in keeping a good player that doesn't play?
Ryan Gold. Uh, Cough every other player. And the other
Cough
last player
adulterat.
is and the last player is Yuri Medeiros, linked with like 10 million. Is it to Roma
To
or something like
Roma.
that?
I mean, if he doesn't play, it would make sense. I wouldn't mind it. I would be about 50% angry and 50% not angry, as long as we put a sell-on clause in the contract as well.
Like 15%, 10%,
Yeah,
something like
yeah,
that.
yeah, exactly. Because we all know he has huge potential, but if he's not going to,
You don't
for
want
some
to. You don't
reason,
want to.
George Jesus doesn't like him.
You don't want to
So
do what Porto did with Iturbe, which was Iturbe was good, but they didn't want to play him, so they sold him to Roma or whatever, or Udinese,
it
whatever
was
it was,
Roma.
and then didn't no, it wasn't because then he signed for somebody
It
else,
was.
right? No, I'm 100% sure that Porto sold. Hold on, Iturbe.
Yeah, more research.
More research because you don't want him to turn you like an Iturbe, so it makes sense, and I want to talk about it. Yeah, he went to Hellas Verona, and Hellas Verona sold him to Roma for like 40 million or something like that. And
Well,
and Porto got none of it. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
yeah,
Like you don't
that's what
want,
I was saying. Put in the clause.
yeah, yeah. So they signed him permanently for 15 million, and then sold him for basically 25. That's good profit. Anyway, um, what else? What else? What else? That's it. That's it for outs, I believe. I don't think there's anybody rumored to leave Sporting, except for the obvious ones like Adrian Silva and William Carvalho. I mean,
There is one Patricio who is linked to Watford, but Marco Silva wants to guess how much he wants to pay.
15 million, 20 million.
8 million euros.
Yeah, that's not happening. That's
Eight
too
million.
short.
Or is it 8 million
Yeah,
pounds? But who cares?
it's
Still
like
eight
12
million.
million euros. That's nothing. Yeah, it's nothing.
Exactly.
um, and for ends, Bruno Fernandes was officially announced as a Sporting player.
Yeah, good signing, I think. Especially he was decent. One more spot, he was decent at the under 21 Euros, and he's getting a lot of hype around him. But I'll wait to see him in a sporting shirt before I judge, because the last couple of years have made me think we've brought in fantastic players and then turn out to be shit, like Joel Campbell, Markovic. So I'm gonna wait until he performs in a sporting jersey before I make any judgments on him, I think.
Fair enough. Now these are all players linked with Sporting, and none of them announced. Fábio Coentrão.
I don't know. You see it a lot. It's like if he stays fit, it's fine. But I'm not sure about it, because there is probably, let's say, a 60% chance he gets injured this season. And although we're not paying
Uh,
too much, it's just we could sign someone better, I
Listen,
think.
Real Madrid doesn't want to like pay 90% of his salary or whatever. So you're gonna have to give him a couple, 1,000 euros. So if he turns out to not play more than I saw some crazy stat where PZ had like 3,000 minutes this season and Quintrão had 3,000 minutes over 3 seasons.
Yeah, but
So that's
uh,
kind of scary. You're because you're putting out a lot of money. Like you gotta think. Like I don't care like how much they put it, how much they say. Like they're not paying that much. Like there's no way it
in
wouldn't make any
in
sense.
fairness to that though, Metroglou was injury prone at Fulham and joined Benfica and he was fantastic. So there's one example of an injury prone player playing good in this league. I'm sure there's countless others as
All
well.
right, but I don't think that rumors. Okay, it's just rumors, obviously, but rumors are that the medical staff was sorting also said that it would be risky to sign Fabio Coentrão to not take up on that offer. I don't think that there was any of that with Mitroglou though.
Yeah,
Uh,
I know, but everyone knows this is a risky deal. We didn't need the medical staff to tell us that, did we?
no,
So
which is
I could have
ridiculous
told
because
you
he
that.
was an injury prone at Benfica, so I don't know what happened for him to
I
get
think
injured.
did he play a lot when he first joined Real Madrid? I don't know. I just don't
He
remember.
played a little bit and didn't play a lot, but he played. I mean, he
Then
was
Marcelo took over and he didn't play it at all.
yeah. It made sense at the time. That was a good signing.
Yeah, he
Uh,
should have joined Man United when he had it because I remember he was into Man United
yeah,
when
but if he
Sir
would have
Alex
joined,
Ferguson was still there.
yeah, I actually there's like a super funny story that Sport TV made on this whatchamacallit, this agent, right? That he represents a lot of players in the Portuguese league. He represents Gelson actually. But one time he was working with Benfica. You remember Cicada, right? When he joined
Yeah,
Benfica.
yeah,
So you know what happened? This super funny story. So it was linked with United, right? And it looked
yeah.
like that was going to happen. And as soon as Cicada arrived to Lisbon, uh, people from Granada were calling him, saying that Real Madrid had set an offer for Cicada for him to join Real Madrid, and he's actually, he wasn't actually his agent, but the guy was working for Benfica at the time. The agent went to look out for Cicada everywhere in the airport, and he was constantly buzzing his phone, so he wouldn't talk to anybody else. And when he found him, he already had the Real Madrid contract in his hand because he found like a fax machine, and he was gonna sign, but he said, "No, you're not gonna sign with Real Madrid. You're gonna join Benfica." And apparently they arrived at the luge, and he said, "You're not gonna have any time to read the papers. You're just gonna sign the papers, and you're going to join Benfica." And at 15, the to 23:59 was when the papers actually came in, and he became a Benfica player.
Why did he want to become a Benfica player so bad instead of Real Madrid?
He didn't. That's like his agent, like not his agent, but like the guy that was working for Benfica, like forced him, like saying, "You are not joining Real Madrid. Like I can't let you do that. You're in Lisbon. You're not gonna join Real Madrid. You're gonna join Benfica." And he actually ended up joining Benfica. But that was, that was at the time where Quintron could have joined Man United and not. So
He was shit anyway. So
whoa.
who cares about Sakir or whatever his name is?
Siqueira was very good at Benfica. Anyway, I just thought it was funny because you brought up Manchester United, and if all those things would have fallen into place, maybe Siqueira would have become a Real Madrid player. So that's why I thought it was worth mentioning. Yeah, Fabio Coentrão would be okay if he stays healthy, right? I think
Yeah,
that's the outcome again. Dumbia. So Dumbia, how about that one though?
this one is like confirmed not to be true though, isn't it?
No, it's still
He's
rumor.
already signed for Fenerbahce, no?
No, from not from what I saw. It must, unless it happened in the last final minutes. I'm just gonna
Uh,
double check, but talk about him.
I wasn't sure about this guy because he's flopped at Roma. What are you
I'm
laughing?
sorry, bro. I, 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 I'm not kidding. Go on Google, right? Dumbia. It says Sedo Dumbia is a footballer who plays as a forward for Sporting on loan from Rome.
Okay.
I'm sorry. This is on Wikipedia, though. It's fun too funny. Obviously, it's not true, but sorry. That was super. That's super fun. Go on.
So he flopped at Roma. I remember him being loaned to Newcastle and flopping there as well. I think he scored like one goal. Uh, he went back to CSK and he played really well, but obviously Russia, not the most competitive league in the world.
Yeah, but
Uh,
he scored like 25 goals in 20 games for Basilea.
no, he didn't. He only played like 14 games and he scored 5 goals and got 5 assists, I think.
Nope, you got that wrong for sure.
Nah, I know that's right. I saw it. Goal point tweeted out. I know it.
I'm gonna check.
Mate, I'm checking goal point. Goal
25
point is where it's
games,
at.
20 goals, 1 assist. 1 goal every 69 minutes. Yep.
Hmm.
6 games in the Champions League, 1 goal. So a total of 34 games, 21 goals, 2 assists, so 1 goal every 90 minutes.
Whatever you say. Here it is.
Bro, it's right
Third
here.
goal point. Oh, CSK. Oh, they've lied to me. That's for CSK. 13 games, 5 goals, 5 assists. Anyway. Yeah, I'm still not sure about him just because, he's flopped a lot. I think
I'm,
he would
I
be
hope it
good off the
doesn't happen.
bench.
I hope it doesn't happen.
Why not?
Because I like him. I rate him. I think he's a different player from every single other player in the Portuguese league. He's kind of like Aubameyang, and like he's the pacey guy, super fast. Everybody would have issues marking him. He's also not, he doesn't waste a lot of chances. It's not like he's, a wasteful striker. So I think overall that would be just a very good signing for Sporting.
Possibly, but I
mean,
think,
if
like I said,
think about it though, if you get him on loan and with the buy clause, there's no risk in
the
it
risk.
as
I'm
long as
not
it's not
sure.
mandatory.
It is. I think there was a mandatory thing. It was like we have to buy him. I think it's if we get to the group stage of the Champions League, but I'm not sure if that means this season or if we
Or
finish
next
second or
season.
first. That's what I wasn't
Right.
sure about. Because if it's
Right.
this season, that is a huge risk. Because he could play in that game. Say we qualify, we have to buy him, and say tears his ACL. Why we
But that
sign?
can happen with any player though.
Yeah, but with an obligation to buy. So
I get it, but I also think I think in the end you're overthinking it, and he's a very good player, and you should take the money, and you should take the transfer. Just get the player.
I guess, but I don't know.
What makes you so on the fence? Like,
Because I know he's been bad at other clubs. Because I watched him at Newcastle a few times, and he was awful. He's got like 1 goal, and then so he went to a big team in Rome, and he flopped. What?
hey, listen, Mitroglou was a flop at Fulham.
Yeah, but Mitroglou,
The
that doesn't
Premier
happen
League is a
often.
completely different monster, though. Like the Premier League.
Okay, so there's Mitroglou, who was one good player. There's also when Bebe came back for Benfica from the Premier League, was still shit. Tarat from the Premier League was still shit. Joel Campbell, Markovic, all of those players that came back from the Premier League and was shit.
I don't know. I think he's a good deal though. In the end, if you guys take him. Last two, Victor Valdes.
If Patricio leaves, yeah, I'll take it. But if he doesn't, no point, because Beto is a good backup goalkeeper already. Beto is.
What if Beto leaves?
I still think we should find a cheap alternative because I imagine Victor Valdes' wages are quite high.
What if he goes like Julius Caesar though, and he's like, I mean, why not? Let's try the Portuguese league. It's not like I haven't made a lot of money.
Yeah, but the bench though, I'm sure Julius Caesar is still getting a big paycheck at Benfica anyway.
I mean, it's like 1.5 million. It's not a lot of money.
I guess, but
okay, but only okay. I get it. Valdes only if Patricio leaves. I'm not going to argue on that one. Fabio Martins is the last player I believe that was linked with you guys.
I like, from what I've seen, I like of him, but with the fee and the players Braga want, I don't want it to happen.
Can you elaborate? Because I don't know that.
So it was like 1 million up front, and then
that's okay.
Mateus Pereira and Yuri to them
on loan.
I think they were both permanent.
Risky, super risky, because Mateus Pereira can be way better than Fabio Martins.
Yeah, but Yuri is arguably already better than Fabio Martins.
Yeah, but Yuri is a different monster. I don't think he's even in that conversation. Like, he can't be in that conversation.
That was the rumored fee that they wanted. They wanted 1 million. Maybe Yuri was a loan and Mateus Pereira was a buy. But from what
I
I
would
think I saw,
kind of take that, but they would have to think about it really.
I wouldn't take that.
Well, yeah, they'd have to think about it really well. And Cynthia also pointed out saying sometimes these trades improve the player's performance. They fit in better or better fit for the club. So uh, that's a good point. So you just got to think about it, you know.
Yeah.
Uh, we don't be that one. But I mean, that's it. I think on transfer rumors. I don't think we got anything else. And we'll move on to
Don't think
questions
so.
if we don't. I don't think so.
Oh no, there is that Chelsea Martins thing. Did you see it?
Oh yeah, I spoke to you about it. Yeah, Justin Martinez apparently said goodbye to his friends and he's gonna leave Sporting, which looks kind of likely, but I don't trust CM super much. So, I mean, I think it's gonna happen.
You think it will? Do you say, or you don't think?
I think it will. I
Yeah,
just don't know if it has anything to do with the
I don't know.
CM though.
The only problem I don't know who takes him
Um,
because they have the rumors of Real
so many
Madrid, but
clubs
then
though.
there's also they want Mbappe and there's Bale and there's Ronaldo. There's people like Lucas Vazquez. There's
I mean,
Isco
but
down the
there's
wing.
so many though. So there's like Chelsea though. There's like Liverpool. Probably Arsenal could be one of those like teams that you don't even hear about, but that would actually be interested in him.
I think
There's
maybe
probably
an Italian
Juventus could
team.
be
Yeah, I
in
was gonna
it.
say Juventus.
Uh, Especially if like somebody like Lamar. So apparently, I think Mark Silva wants Lamar, and I know Lamar is a center midfielder, but he can play on the wings as well. So like if they sell Lamar, they might get him. You know,
Maybe
so
PSG as well. I don't know, but
it's a stretch.
yeah,
I don't think they tend to get Portuguese league players. So I mean, they got who? They got Getch and who else? Like nobody else in years past. So
like Nantes have got loads of them.
yeah, I
Sergio
know,
Oliveira is
I
there.
know, but I was talking PSG though.
Rolando plays for Marseille. This
Yeah. Oh,
that's
but
it.
yeah, I just saw this here on Twitter. I can't forget that Chris Wilcock is Willock. Sorry, not Cock. Got that wrong. Chris Willock is linked with Benfica, and I think he's going to sign with Benfica B. Arsenal, the Arsenal youngster. So there's that.
Never heard of him.
It'll be interesting though. All right. Well, let's get on to questions now. So Neil says Bruno Fernandes is a good signing for Sporting. Steph and Sam should high five. Player bio question mark.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So he says Bruno Fernandes is a good signing for Sporting. Steph and Sam should high five. That's one part.
Oh,
And the second part is player bio with a question mark.
what do you mean player bio?
Like what he's done so far, where he played. Come on, Sam. I told you to look that
So
up.
he's played for Sampdoria. He is a part of the under-21s Portugal team. His name is Bruno Fernandes.
Do you know the first? All right, whatever. I'll do that for
He
you.
used to play. He started in Porto's academy, right?
That's what I was going to check. Because you don't know how to check anything. Come on. So he started it in Festa. Then he went to Boa Vista. That's interesting. So he's from here. That's cool. He's from close to here. And then he went 3 years to Pasteleta. And then he went to Novara. He played in Pasteleta. I can't believe that. Anyway, so Novara, Udinese, Sampdoria, and now Sporting. He played in every youth rank, the under 19, under 20, under 21, and under 23. Solid player, but not from any Porto Academy or whatever. He was a Boa Vista player and a Pasteleta player most of the time. So there you have it. Let's see what else I got in questions because I know I got another one from Neil. Is it fair to say only Benfica and Sporting have been making transfer moves so far?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, it's more than fair. I don't think Porto have done anything
Well,
except for
Benfica done
signing
really.
signed Seferovic and probably signed Andre Moreira.
Yeah, but those two players aren't like
Bro, who do we lose though? We lost Ederson
exactly.
and we lost
So
who else?
you've lost Edison.
Lindelof
Yeah,
and Lindelof.
and
So
you're
Andre
not doing
Moreira can.
anything to replace. Well, maybe Moreira, but would you compare him
Moreira
to
comes
Edison?
in.
What centre back do you bring in?
No one who plays Jardel. And Ruben Diaz. Center backs we're not going to sign. Luis Vieira has already said that we're not going to sign any center backs. They're all going to come from the youth ranks. So forget about signing center backs. So I mean, we signed Seferovic because we needed it to. I mean, there's nothing else happening, but I mean, yeah, Benfica and Sporting are the ones making moves. Porto sold the Plata, but that's about it.
Yeah.
So Neil also said, I like Benfica signing Bruno Varela and then loaning him back to Setúbal, which Vieira equals intelligent. I would rather sell him or, because it's stupid, Neil, if we're just going to loan him out again. Just sell him. And he also says happy 150th birthday to Canada. So happy 150th birthday to Canada. I did not know that. July 1st, come to my house for a barbecue, eh? What do you
If
say,
you
Sam?
pay for the flight,
All right, you heard it here first, Neil. You pay for the flight when we're going. First class, though. First class, nothing else.
make sure it's not too early as well. I need my beauty sleep.
All right. Before I end the podcast, I want to briefly mention that if you guys want to subscribe to us on iTunes, you've got the link in the pinned tweet. If you want to subscribe to us on YouTube, you got the link in the pinned tweet. If you want to be a patron, is it patron? I think it's patron.
Patreon.
No, but people that subscribe to your Patreon are patrons or whatever you call it.
El Patrons.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
don't know
we
how to
should call
pronounce
them.
that. Anyway, if you want to check our Patreon account, don't forget you can look at that on our pinned tweet, and you can find us on SoundCloud on the pinned tweet. A while back, we had the idea, me and Kevin, on making T-shirts about the PTFooty podcast. It's actually even on the Patreon account if you see it. We never really went through with it because we didn't think there were any people interested in it. But if you guys are interested, please tweet at us. And we will be working on making T-shirts because that would be interesting. That'd be cool and would help out the pod.
And mugs or cups or bowls, whatever you guys prefer. Just tweet us.
Yeah, no, we can do it. Yeah, we can do everything, not just
PT
shirts.
podcast underwear.
You know it. MeUndies. People won't get this reference. I don't know why I said it. Anyway, that's it. If you want to follow us, on iTunes, YouTube, Patreon, or SoundCloud, you got the links on the pinned tweet. If you want T-shirts or something else, mugs or whatever, tweet at us. Follow me at Peter1678. Follow Sam at Sam Fonseca with a double A.
And also
SCP Updates UK.
Yeah.
Also follow POR_soccer, which is known as the worst sportista in the world, Kevin. Don't forget to follow at ZCalcio for Zach, Breaking Lines as well. Do not forget to follow PTFooty Pod promo if you want to stay up to date with everything we do. And don't follow to follow Carrie, which is K_Souza88, I believe.
You're full of the shout outs today.
Yeah, a lot of shout outs. I think K_Souza88 for Carrie. I think that's it. So we're going to be having a couple of articles come in probably this week. It's going to be interesting. Sam is going to stop being a lazy dick, right?
I have been working all week. If there's one lazy dick,
he's gonna stop being a lazy dick, and right. We'll see you guys next week, where hopefully we'll be discussing Portugal winning the Confederations Cup. Until then, see you next week. Bye bye.